It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Glen Cannich Brewery. It's a Home Bargains branded beer, and it's a can of their Harr Hazy Pale. It's 5.1% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. A lot of you will already know this as being Glen Cannich Brewery. They have produced a range of beers for Home Bargains at a price point of around £1.59 for a can. I think what Glen Cannich are trying to do here is, if you want to go to their brewery in Liverpool, you can buy a barrel-aged can of Imperial Stout that's been in a barrel for a year and it tastes absolutely incredible. But you'd be paying about £7 or £8 for that can. Or you can drink some of their fantastic sours or IPAs at the brewery. Equally terrific beers. But again, on their website or in their brewery, you're probably going to be paying £3, £4, £5 for that drink. We are in this, unfortunately, it's 2023 and we're in this bit of a crunch, this bit of an economic crunch, not just in the UK but around the world. And they're hedging their bets on producing a beer for Home Bargains at £1.59. And I think that's a pretty good bet. I think it's a pretty good bet because I think there's a lot of people who like craft beer, who want to drink craft beer, but who necessarily cannot afford a £4 or £5 can of craft beer. So this is kind of entry level, dipping your toes, want to drink it but quite can't afford to drink it. And that's not having a pop at anybody here. That's not kind of looking down my snozzle, my nose at anybody. This is just me kind of looking at where this is kind of marketed. And I've had a couple of these beers and they've been okay. They've generally been okay. So let's get this out then into a glass and see what we get. Harr Hazy Pale. I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. It's very rare. It's very, very rare that I go out and say, right, I'm gonna buy a can of £5 craft beer to drink. Very rare do I do that. So I'm probably in that kind of same boat as a lot of other people out there. It's very nice tasting. It's great tasting, but drinking a £5 can of craft beer all the time, for me, it doesn't make economic sense all of the time. There's times where I want to drink something pretty decent, but I want to pay a fraction of the price. I think there's a lot of us out there like that, isn't there? So, this is looking quite nice actually. We've got a 2-finger white head, hazy, I'm going to say between straw and amber coloured. There's little bits of sediment in the bottom of the glass. You can see little tiny bits of sediment there. So it's a can conditioned beer. Little bits of moving carbonation making their way up the side of the glass, look. And it says, it does what it says on the tin. It's hazy and it's pale. Let's get the aroma. Wow, I mean, fair play. This is absolutely, I can hold this from this distance, about half a foot away, and I can smell, get the aroma of this tropical pale ale. Really citrusy and grapefruity with a bit of orange peel. This is quite impressive, you know. Yeah, it smells good. Spicy, peppery. It smells incredibly drinkable. Should we dive in? Cheers, everybody. That's lovely. That's lovely, honestly. Pouring the rest of that into the glass. See the little bits of sediment in the bottom of the glass there, but honestly, look at the way the head is. Look at the way you got that head retention. That's a well-behaved beer, that is. It's a well-brewed beer. In fact, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to say Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a beer. What a beer this is. This crosses between, for me, a traditional British IPA and an American IPA. So you're getting, what am I saying here? So with the British side of things, you're getting like a peppery kind of spiciness coming through. It's a little bit earthy. It's got kind of biscuit malt flavours coming through. And then on the American side of things, you've got that kind of tropical fruit. You've got this orange peel, grapefruit, fleshy blood orange. It's fabulous. That's a fabulous beer. I've drunk beers before now. I'm going to mention a brewery. I've had a beer from the Durham Brewery up there in Durham. And it was a terrific, like, bottle-conditioned American pale ale. And I described it probably... I remember this beer because I thought, wow, what a complex beer. I remember that beer because I said the very same thing. I said this is like a hybrid British IPA combined with American IPA. It's got the qualities of both, but crushed together and mangled together into one beer. I think that is terrific. That is right up my street. Now, I've got another can of this. I'm going to drink the other can of this. And honestly, if I have barbecues, friends over, and I look at my beer cupboard, open the doors, and there's not much in there, I'm going to be shooting over Home Bargains. And I know I've done a lot of these beers recently, and I promise you, I'm not sponsored by Home Bargains at all, not in the slightest. I've had a few people comment in the comments box saying that you've now supported by Home Bargains. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even know any names at Home Bargains. I've not been contacted. It's just been me kind of picking up the beers from there. They've got a new range of beer. They've got some of the off-axis, I think it's called. Now this Glen Cannich stuff. This is just me being curious. Me being curious in January where things are quiet. I've gone over there, I've picked up some beers and I'm standing here reviewing them. And honestly, you need to try this. If you want something which is kind of straddling British IPA and American IPA, then go for this. Go for this all day long. I've gone to Tesco and I've spent £3 on cans of craft beer, and it's not been to the same standard as this. And I'm looking at you, London Beer Factory. I am looking at you, London Beer Factory. I would rather buy this Glen Cannich beers, Glen Affric, Glen Cannich from Home Bargains at £1.59 than I would buy some of that London Beer Factory beer. I just do not rate that stuff. I just find it really kind of bland, and it's just definitely not worth the £3. Definitely not worth the £3. So if I had that choice, right, phone rings, 10 people coming over for a barbecue, right, I need to get the beers in, I'll be nipping over Home Bargains and I'll be saving myself an absolute fortune on this. This is really good. Look at the lacing. Look at the lacing on the glass. Look how well behaved this beer is. Look at that. I've reviewed over 8,000 beers. For the money, this is just tremendous. I'd pay £3 for that. Thankfully, I don't have to. Thankfully, I don't have to pay £3 for that, but that's a £3 can of craft beer there, and you're paying £1.59 for it. It may not be kind of, like absolute kind of top quality New England IPA style beer. It's definitely a little bit more traditional, but if you're, say, my age bracket and above, if you're kind of like in your 40s and above, you'll remember what these bitter beers used to taste like. You'll remember what British IPAs used to taste like, and you'll remember what the old-fashioned kind of like Sierra Nevada Torpedoes or Sierra Nevada Pale Ales used to taste like, or still taste like. So if you're of that kind of age bracket, or if you're at that point where you like to drink English IPA, or you like to drink the slightly old school American IPAs, then honestly choose this. It's blooming lovely. For the money, that is superb beer. Absolutely superb. Harr Hazy Pale. A coastal fog formed over the sea that rolls inland. Harr is our New England IPA, brewed for a smooth, pillowy mouthfeel and an opaque, hazy glow from a blend of flaked oats and wheat. Bright notes of stone fruit radiate on the nose with a juicy tropical burst, balanced with a soft, bitter finish. That, for the price point at £1.59, is stunning. Absolutely stunning. That's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I really appreciate this one. Really appreciate it. I think it's top quality. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.